Good evening, guys, or good morning, depending on where you are in the world. It's me again, Alicia, and with me, the lovely lady, Corrine, sitting across me from our dining room table. I know it might sound like we're in a bathroom, but we're really not. Like, open plan living is a thing. So tonight we're doing a topic that was requested by someone for us to, to do tonight. So a bit of a hectic one, and I think it's something that all of us struggle with in, some way, shape, or form of whatever. But tonight we're going to be talking about self-love and how to actually do that and how to implement that in your everyday life. So I've got some articles, and firstly, I don't know, I just want to start with the actual definition of self-love. So according to Google, it is defined as love of self or regard of one's own happiness or advantage, as both of these conceptualized as a basic human necessity and a moral flaw akin to vanity and selfishness, synonym for armor something. I don't know, I think it's I don't know, it's a French word or some shit. Conceit or conceitedness and egotism, etc. So it kind of does make sense because, I mean, like a lot of people, I don't know about Corrine, her personal experience, but like, I've noticed that if I'm a very giving person, so I would rather kind of make sure the people around me are happy and they've got everything they need and just kind of put my needs aside. And I know Karina's has kind of, I almost want to say, fought with me about that on a couple occasions because she's like, dude, listen, you need to start taking care of yourself. But yeah, no, it's something I have struggled with in the past. And, when I do something to kind of benefit myself, I get called selfish. So yeah, that kind of does make sense. I don't know if Kareen's got any input. She's very quiet this evening. I don't know what's going on, man. Like,
I don't know. It's just, I don't struggle with loving myself. So, because I'm awesome and I know it. I don't care what everyone else thinks about it. I've never really had, maybe when I was younger, I had issues with how I look like and what. But now, nah, if you don't like what you see, you can either close your eyes or you can walk right back out the door you walked into. So I don't really care. I mean, I'm 27, not 17. I don't have to impress anyone. I pay my own bills. So yeah, I'm gonna be quiet tonight because I might piss off a few people because in my honest opinion, I'm gonna say it and then I'm gonna be just like, yeah, I agree. Meantime, I'm fuming inside. But the thing is, people in today's day and age need to get backbone and start to fucking stand up for themselves. No one else is gonna do it. And the thing is, you can't actually be happy in your life if you can't even be happy on your own.
That is very true. Yes.
And if you can't even love yourself, how can you expect someone else to do it?
Hashtag RuPaul, guys.
Fuck him. That's something my mother said to me since I was a wee one. So
no, he just like always says that on Drag Race. But yeah, no, but it's true though. I mean, you need to be able to love yourself, or even just start by liking yourself. And like Corrine said, in today's world, that is something people do struggle with. And yeah, okay, I am guilty of it as well. But I mean, it's, I don't know, people would always try to put other people's needs ahead of their own. And it's your own detriment.
No. There's a thin line between self-love and putting someone else's needs in front of yours. That's two different aspects in life. Self-love is you're content with who and what you are. And just caring for someone else's needs in front of your own is you being not selfish. There's a massive difference between the two. And people keep on comparing them. Well, I don't love myself, so I'm going to take care of everyone else around me. It's not the same thing.
Well, I've got an article here on...
I'm not a psychiatrist, but I just don't see it as the same thing. Sorry.
No worries. I've got an article here on Medical News Today, and it's the headline for it is Why Self-Love is Important and How to Cultivate It. So, for many people, the concepts of self-love conjure images of tree-hugging hippies or cheesy self-help books. But as many psychology studies attest, self-love and compassion are key for mental health and well-being, keeping depression and anxiety at bay. Below, we take a look at some of the things that that you can do to nurture this core feeling. Why is self-love important, you might ask? For many of us, self-love might sound like a luxury rather than a necessity, or a new age fad for those with too much time on their hands. Ironically, however, self-care and compassion might actually be needed most by those of us who work too hard and who are constantly striving to surpass ourselves and grasp the shape-shifting fanaticism of perfection. Most of the time, when we're being too hard on ourselves, we do it because we're driven by a desire to excel and do everything right all the time. This entails a lot of self-criticism and that persecuratory, I think, inner voice that constantly tells us that how we could have done things better is a hallmark of perfectionism. Studies have shown that perfectionists are at a higher risk of several illnesses, both physical and mental, and self-compassion might free us from its grip. Therefore, perfectionism and self-compassion are I actually read through this article this afternoon and I got everything perfectly fine. I think it's because I'm doing it out loud. I don't know. So let's try again. Therefore, perfectionism and self-compassion are inextricably, linked. They're linked, guys. That's the point. This article will look at ways to dial down the former and boost the latter, which the conviction that doing so will help you lead to a happier, more fulfilled life. Right, so the ills of perfectionism. Most of us in the Western world have been raised to believe that perfectionism is a great quality to have. After all, being obsessed with perfect details leads to perfect work, and this personality trait gives us the opportunity to humble brag during job interviews. In reality, however, perfectionism is bad for you, not just not ideal or harmful when excessive, but actively bad, like cigarettes or obesity. A shorter lifespan, irritable bowel syndrome, eating disorders, depression, and suicidal tendencies are only a few of the adverse health effects that have been linked with perfectionism. Recovering from a heart disease or cancer is also harder for perfectionists, with this trait making survivors as well as the general population more prone to anxiety and depression.
Bullshit. Anyway, sorry.
Moving away from perfectionism. So what can we do to move away from perfectionism? First off, acknowledge that it's bad for you. Beating yourself up over every little error gradually chips away at your sense of self-worth and makes you less happy. And you deserve better than this. In the words of Kirsten Neff, a professor of human development at the University of Texas at Austin, love, connection, and acceptance are your birthright. In other words, happiness is something that you are entitled to, not something that you need to earn. Even the United Nations adopted a resolution recognizing the pursuit of happiness as a fundamental human goal. Also, you should try to resist the temptation to beat yourself up for beating yourself up. Paul Hewitt, a clinical psychologist in Vancouver, Canada, and author of the book Perfectionism, oh my gosh, I can't do this tonight. I don't know what's going on. A relational approach to conceptualism, assessment, and treatment likens the inner critic harbored by perfectionists to a nasty adult beating the crap out of a tiny child. That's a pretty hectic comparison, but anyway. When you spent years cultivating this inner bully, you developed an unconscious reflex to put yourself down for every minor thing, no matter how ridiculous or absurd. From missing a deadline to dropping a teaspoon on the floor, perfectionists will constantly give themselves a hard time over the most unexpected things. So criticizing yourself for criticizing yourself is not uncommon. Thirdly, you can start cultivating some much-needed self-compassion. You might think that self-love is a case of you either have it or you don't, but luckily psychologists insist that this is something you can learn. Alright, so the next one here, what is self-compassion? Self-compassion and self-love are largely used interchangeably by specialized literature. Research shows that having more self-compassion builds resilience in the face of adversity, helping people to recover more quickly from trauma or romantic separation. It also helps us to better cope with failure or embarrassment. But what is it exactly? Drawing to the work of Professor Neff, I don't know, I think this must be misspelled because it's S. Barra and colleagues define self-compassion as a construct that encompasses three components. All right, so the first one is self-kindness, i.e. treating oneself with understanding and forgiveness. Second here is recognition of one's place in shared humanity, i.e. acknowledgement of people that are not perfect and that personal experience are part of a larger human experience. And then lastly, mindfulness, i.e. emotionally equanimity and avoidance of this thing is probably longer than my full name, but anyway, over identification with painful emotions. So I'm just going to read that again because I cocked that up completely. So mindfulness, i.e. emotional equanimity and avoidance of over identification with painful emotions. So self-kindness entails being warm and understanding towards ourselves when we suffer, fail, or feel inadequate, rather than flagellating ourselves with self-criticism, writes Professor Neff and Germer. Easier said than done, you might think so, but luckily the same researchers who worked hard to study and define the feeling have also come up with a few useful tips for enhancing it. Mindfully trained self-compassion. By combining mindfulness with self-compassion, Professor Neff and Germer, who works at the Harvard Medical School in Boston, MA, have developed a technique called mindful self-compassion or training, which they have tested in clinical trials with heartening results. In the words of researchers, self-compassion says, be kind to yourself in the midst of suffering and it will change. Mindfulness says, open to suffering with spacious awareness and it will change. The program compromises various meditations such as loving kindness meditation or affectionate breathing and informal practices for the use in daily life, such as the soothing touch or the self-compassionate letter writing, which have all been shown to help study participants develop a habit of self-compassion. Okay, so according to researchers, practicing these techniques for 40 minutes every day for 8 weeks raised the participants' level of self-compassion by 43%. All right, the mindfulness exercises that one can do to develop self-compassion are various. One simple exercise involves repeating the following 3 phrases during times of emotional distress. This is a moment of suffering. Suffering is part of life. And may I be kind to myself. These 3 mantras correspond with 3 elements of self-love that we introduced earlier. All right, so in her book, Self-Compassion, Professor Neff details many more useful mantras and guides the reader to develop their own. Also, her website, which is selfcompassion.org, offers a wide range of similar exercises which are accessible for free. Dr. Helen Wing from the Center of Healthy Minds at the University of Wisconsin-Madison and colleagues have also developed a range of similar exercises that you can access here. So there's like a little link there, which are also free of charge. If you feel a bit skeptical about the benefits of mindful repeating mantras to yourself, you may benefit from knowing that research backs them up. Such mindful exercises in self-compassion have been proven to lower levels of stress, hormone cortisol, and increase heart rate variability, which is your body's psychological ability to deal with stressful situations. Okay, so the next one here is learning to listen to yourself. Listening to yourself can mean 2 things. Firstly, paying attention to how you internally talk to yourself is crucial for learning to cultivate an intimate feeling of self-love. In her book, Professor Neff asks her readers to ask themselves, what type of language do you use with yourself when you notice a flaw or a mistake? Do you insult yourself or do you take a more kind, understanding tone? If you are highly self-critical, how does this make you feel inside? She explains that often we are much harsher on ourselves than we would be to others, or than how we would expect others to treat us. So to replace this harsh inner voice with a kinder one, you can simply notice it, which is already a step forward, quietly subduing it and actively trying to soften it. Finally, you can try to rephrase the observations that you have initially formulated quite harshly in the words of a kinder, more forgiving person. Or you can try writing a letter to yourself from the perspective of a kind, compassionate friend that you have been to others, or from the perspective of a compassionate friend. A second reason why listening to yourself is important is that during these times of emotional distress, asking yourself the question, what do I need? And listening mindfully to the answer can prove invaluable. As researchers point out, simply asking the question itself is an exercise in self-compassion, the cultivating of good towards oneself. But it's also worth bearing in mind that what do I need sometimes means an emotionally overwhelmed individual should stop meditating altogether and respond behaviorally to his or her emotional distress, for example, by drinking a cup of tea or petting the dog. I don't know how Kareen's going to feel about this one. Yoga and relearning pleasure. Wow, it's taken a turn. I just saw yoga and I know Kareen's like, dude, yoga, no. So,
I don't know. I'm sorry. Like, I can't even. Like, call me insensitive. Because that's what the new generation. You're so insensitive. Yeah, I know, bitch, get over it. Like, I mean...
Okay, but there's also a difference between being insensitive and also being, straightforward or upfront with how you feel.
Like, my thing is just... You try to... Because the thing is why people don't fucking love themselves in today's day and age is because they constantly try to be someone that they're not. Because in the past, when they were themselves, people didn't like it. So they got shoved away. And then they were just like, well, clearly people don't like me the way I am. So fucking what? People's not gonna like you, people's gonna love you, people's gonna hate you, people's gonna want to marry you. It doesn't matter. You here for you.
Yeah.
You're not put on this earth to please anyone around you, but to live your life, the one that has been given to you.
That's a fair point.
So, sorry for saying this, but if you're struggling with fucking self-love, get a backbone and get a fucking grip on your life and start doing the things that needs to be done to make yourself fucking happy.
I think
that's basically it. Stop fucking moaning, yeah, but I'm depressed all the time. Do something about it. Don't fucking sit and feel sorry for yourself. I'm sorry, it may come off as harsh, but this is how I see it, and this is why I'm not a psychiatrist. Because I will fail epically, okay? I will have no fucking patience. Like, people coming in. And that kind of patient, and I won't have patience for them. Because I would probably say the same thing. I will be the fucking highest reason that people will commit suicide. That's it. I'm sorry, but that's why I'm quiet, because this is how I feel about it. Because, everyone's been through shit. Everyone has been through stuff in their lives. Everyone's got their own history, their own backstory, where they came from, what happened to them, what, everything. Each one of us that's on this planet right now, and everyone that's listening to this right now, each and every one of us has a backstory. But you still have the choice in your hand at this stage, in every moment of your life, where you're either going to go and sit back down and let life fuck you right over, or get back up and say, you know what, I can hit back harder. And if you don't have that guts for yourself, then I'm sorry, then no one's going to be able to help you.
I mean, like, at the end of the day, like Kareen said, you here to live your life. You need to do small things, whatever. Just,
Yeah, Alicia will put it in a nicer perspective for you
yeah,
guys.
like I wouldn't want to say in a more sensitive way, but
It
like
is a
same
more
thing.
sensitive way.
Just, I don't know, like just do things that make you happy. I mean, whether it's like they say here, petting a dog, or I don't know, watching your favorite series, or going for a walk, reading a book, whatever it may be. Just do something that makes you happy, regardless. Like, I don't know, it's like Karine said. I mean, we all have baggage. We all have a backstory. Some people's baggage is a little bit heavier than others, but still, everyone has their baggage. And I mean, Karine's been through stuff. I've been through stuff. But like I've said to her and some of the other people that know me very well and that are close to me, there's no point in me going and sitting in a corner and crying about it, because it's not going to change anything. Look, you might always remember what has happened to you in the past that has maybe had, I don't know, some kind of influence in sculpting who you are today. But still, the past is the past, guys. Like, we all have a past. Whether it's a good past, a bad past, regardless, you need to just move forward. I mean, yesterday is done. She's putting up her hand like she's in a classroom.
I want to fucking say something. The thing is, and I'm sorry, this is the last thing I'll say. That's gonna sound like I'm being a bitch right now, but I'm not. It's just sometimes you need to put out hard love. That's what you need to do. I mean, Alicia's in the process of raising a puppy, and it's exactly the same thing. You need to be harsh. You need to give hard love for them to understand this and this and this, and I cannot do because this is the reasons why. But this is my harsh love for you guys. The past is the past. You can't fucking change it. You can't. There's no way. And even if you can, what would it benefit you? Yeah, but then I won't be hurt anymore. Yeah, but what did that hurt bring you? It made you a stronger person at the end of the day. You went through what you went through for good reason. We don't know the reasons. I don't know the reason. You don't know the reason. No one knows the reason. But at the end of the day, you will eventually find out, okay, this is the moment that what I went through because it prepared me for this exact moment.
Yeah.
And if you don't, I'm sorry, but if you gotta sit in a corner and fucking cry about something that happened 10 years ago or 15 years ago or 2 years ago or a week ago, then I'm sorry, but then you need to be admitted in a fucking hospital, because then you don't have the backbone to even survive this life. I'm sorry, but that's how I feel.
Yeah,
because I'm sorry, I'm on a rampage right now.
Yeah,
I'm
I can
so
see you like venting.
But in today's life, every freaking person that I meet is so depressed they can't even handle themselves right now. Okay? What are you doing about it? No, I'm going through steps that I read online. Is it working? No, it's not. Okay, if you read online, this is what I need to do, and it's not working, then why aren't you getting off your ass and going to a psychiatrist or anyone that has the medical help to fucking help you? And if you have that help and it's still not working, then you need to ask yourself the question, am I really putting in all the effort that I can into this?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done. I think. I'll keep quiet now because I see Alicia's giving me the eye like, dude, and I'm like, okay, I'm sorry.
No, it's more like, dude, calm down. That kind of eye.
I promise I won't get a heart attack. It's fine.
But also like, like Karine mentioned, if you read stuff online, it might be a bit of a sort of a pointer in the right direction. But I mean, guys, trial and error. Whatever's going to work for me to make me feel better might not work for you. It might not work for your mates. It might not work for your parents, whatever the case may be. All of us are different, and thank God for that, because can you imagine if all of us were the same? How boring would that be? So I might do something like go for a walk, and that's going to make me feel better, or take a shower. I mean, I always feel better after a shower. But for some people, it's not the case. Like, I don't know. It's just, you need to find what makes you as a person happy. And just, implement that in your life, in your everyday life, not just, maybe once a week because now you've had a bad day or whatever. There's no point in being happy for one day of the week or one day of the month or whatever, that it kind of defeats the purpose, because you're just going to walk around and you're going to be, I don't want to use the word miserable, but you're going to be feeling upset and you're going to be feeling, ugh, the whole time. And
I feel meh.
yeah, you're going to feel meh. So no one wants to feel like that. I mean, guys, let's be honest. Isn't it like great to feel happy?
Just a disclaimer for all the Karens out there. I know depression is an illness, but I'm sorry, but in today's day and age, everyone uses it as an excuse. Sorry, but that's how I feel.
Yeah. I mean, we have met in the past, people, I actually dated someone like that who used the term as, the term of depression or the illness of depression as an excuse because she's having it, I nearly said, well, I'm going to say it anyway, because she was having a cuck day, which basically means she was having a shit day for all the overseas people. And yeah, okay, guys, we all have shit days. It doesn't mean necessarily that you're depressed. If you guys want us to do a segment on what depression actually is, let us know. Drop us a...
Oh, please. Please don't. Because you guys will listen to an hour of me ranting. It's not what you want. Trust me, sweeties. It's not what you want.
Yeah, so it's again like we mentioned in the borderline personality disorder podcast. Like, self-diagnosis is not a thing. If you feel that you might be suffering with something like that, just go seek help. Go get the test done, or whatever it needs to, whatever needs to happen to get the diagnosis. But get it done. But I think we I don't really want to say we're trailing off, because it is still kind of part of the whole self-love thing. But yeah, so let's go on to the next one. So here it says yoga and relearning pleasure. So mindfulness can help us to relearn as adults to take the pleasure in fundamental everyday things that we used to enjoy spontaneously as children. Reacquainting ourselves with pleasure in this way is an essential component of self-kindness. I mean, I'm going to be honest, like if I could go climb a tree, man, like I'd be so happy to do that. It'll probably make me so chuffed. But yeah, no, it's not going to work. Like, I'm scared of heights. I'm probably going to get stuck there. Fire brigade's going to have to be called out. So no one needs that. Researchers used practices such as a sense and savor walk and mindful eating, aimed at taking pleasure in the environment and food respectfully, to increase self-compassion in study participants. Such techniques are intimately linked with the habit of listening to yourself and your needs, as described above. Sorry, I got stuck there or the mouse got stuck there for a second. Sorry. All right, so perhaps because yoga can help us get back in touch with our own bodies and regain a sense of pleasure from it, the practice also helps to quell the voices of our inner critic and boost feelings of self-love. Yoga poses also seem to be better for our self-esteem and bodily energy than power poses, with only 2 minutes of being in warrior pose, for example, making yourself feel ready to take over the world. The internet abounds with free yoga videos, but the program Yoga with Adriene is probably one of the best ones for cultivating a kind inner voice. Using phrases such as "find some softness" and "come into your little cave of love," Adriene gently nudges you into your practice, encouraging you to simply find what feels good.
That sounds like the name of a porn movie. I'm sorry. Come in your little cave of love. I mean, oh, come on. Oh, no, I can't. Okay, I'm done.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, so...
But I mean, all yoga poses sounds like porn, like something to do with sex, like downward dog. I mean, come on, man. Doggy style in degrees. I don't know. I can't even.
I thought this was going to happen. Okay, so we hope that yoga, alongside with other mindful tips outlined above, will help you along with the often imperfect road to self-compassion. As you move through it, try to enjoy the journey. Hopefully one day you'll find the nagging feeling of incompleteness that is so typical of perfectionism has left you. Instead, you would have cultivated a kinder, more self-forgiving feeling of wholeness. All right, so that's that for that article. And yeah, I think Karina's had quite a bit to say on this. I don't even know what to
It's
say.
just, I don't want to sit here and just listen to you, and then people's like, oh, what was this podcast just about you reading articles for us? No, I'm here. Not, didn't go like, you know, what do you call it when you can't speak? Didn't swallow my tongue
Speechless.
or anything. I'm still here. It's just some topics upset me.
More than others. Okay, so this other article that I've got here, you can go find it on Tiny Buddha. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but this is just like the name of the article is Be Good to Yourself 10 Powerful Ways to Practice Self Love. So, because I mean, there's obviously going to be people out there going, right, so you've given us that load of info.
Can I give them the first one?
What?
Because this is what I do every morning. And I mean, you know how much I love myself. Like, I'm not...
You're making yourself sound so conceited.
I'm not conceited.
No,
you can
no,
ask
you're not.
anyone that knows me,
No,
but
you're
I
not.
am comfortable in my own body. For you guys that does not know me, I am overweight. I'm not obese. I'm just overweight. Got a few extra Ks on me, some cuddle space. And yeah, I've went through hair changes like no one's business.
She's got a lot more balls
short
than I do.
hair right now, like you guys know. Got tattoos. I smoke. I drink. I swear like a sailor, to my mom's detriment. But the 3 things that I do every morning while I'm standing, I'm sorry, this is too much info, I'm going to tell you guys anyway. Standing butt naked with a towel around me after I have my shower. I look myself in the mirror and I say to myself 3 things that I love about myself. And it works because it builds you up, because the first thing that I started off, because everyone compliments me on it always, is my eyes, of course.
Yeah, that's like always the go-to thing. People
then
see us
I'm
like,
just
oh,
like-
you got such nice eyes. Like, thanks, bro. I've just
I
heard
know.
it like 20 times today.
Beautiful eyes.
Oh, beautiful
Or
eyes.
stunning eyes. But anyway, yeah, so it builds me up. I don't know if it will work for anyone else, but it works for me. I'm running out of things though, because, I've been doing it for a while. And my body is only that big. But it can go to like your strengths, your personality, what you're good at. Like, I'm good with dogs, I'm good at writing, reading, anything can go.
Or even just something that makes you happy. You could probably
like,
even use something like
you can
that.
stand, like, this is like stupid examples. Like, you can stand in front of a mirror and it's like, today, what I love about myself is the fact that I can laugh at anything. The fact that I can actually sing and keep a note. Or the fact that I know how to shoot a hoop,
Yeah.
Stupid little things.
I'll
But
probably
it's
say
things,
something like, congratulations for getting out of bed. That's probably how I
you
start.
see,
Because,
but it's 3 little things.
Yeah.
And eventually all those little things will build up to something big. But you can never say the same things again.
yeah.
Because otherwise it's not going to help. Because if I stand in the morning every day, nice eyes, nice nose, nice butt, it's not going to work, because I'm going to hear the same 3 things every morning, and then I'm going to get conceited about those 3 things.
Yeah.
Just saying.
It's a bloody fair point. I mean, all of us, we've got loads of things that that's actually great about each and every one of us, and we just, I don't know if we fail to see them or if we are just stubborn fucking mules and we just refuse to see them. Like I always
never had that problem. So.
I always say stuff like, yeah, I'm funny and I've got a half decent face. So, at least I've got that going for me. And Corinne's sitting here chuckling. I think this is the biggest smile I've seen on her face the whole night. But, so it's stupid little things.
Don't like the biggest
Well,
smile was
during
when I
the
got
podcast.
home and Billy just licked my face.
And gave you loves.
Hi, Mom. Anyway.
So, I'm just going to run through this. I'm not going to spend like a shit ton of time on this.
We'll
but
put the link in the description below on the YouTube link, so you guys can go and check it out for yourself if you want to go and read it.
Because it's a pretty long article. But I'm just gonna give you guys the difference between self-confidence and self-esteem, because loads of people get these 2 mixed up. on like a fucking daily basis or an hourly basis. So self-confidence is about trusting yourself and your abilities. For example, you can be confident in one area, such as cooking, dancing, or communicating. Yeah, I'm not self-confident about that, that's for sure. The dancing part. But then insecure in another, such as dancing or public speaking. Now that's more like it. Like I am very insecure when it comes to dancing or public speaking. I struggle with that personally. So again, self-confidence is about trusting yourself and your abilities, knowing what you are good at and just going, I know I'm good at this. Like, you know. Then self-esteem, on the other hand, is about how you see yourself. It's about your perception of your worth. No matter what happens on the outside, do you treat yourself with love, care, and respect or not? Okay, so I'm glad I was able to clarify that, because a lot of people just, yeah, I don't know.
My life is complete now, thank you. Sorry.
I'm so glad, dude. I changed one person's life tonight. Yay!
Sorry.
Okay, so the 10 steps. Number 1 is focus on being someone who loves. So if you are in a place today where you don't love yourself, it's hard to take a quantum leap. That was actually a good show. Sorry, got sidetracked. It's hard to take a quantum leap and become someone who does. Just like when you're building muscles, self-love takes consistent practice. So again, it's not
Love yourself,
something...
bitch.
Yeah, so it's not like I'm going to be happy for today and not the rest of the month. No, bro, every single day. Think of it as gymming. And I know most people do the whole gym thing. We don't. But, you know, most people do. So just think of it like that. Use that as a bit of a sort of a comparison or whatever. Okay, so the second one, tap into what looks and feels like to be loved. Whoa, let me just do that again. Tap into what it looks like and feels like to be loved. It's easy to be loving towards ourselves when things go as planned, when we succeed and people like us. Not so much when stuff falls apart, we screw up or get rejected. When we struggle the most, that's also when we tend to be the hardest on ourselves.
I fucking wrote this article, man. Not really.
She's
but
like doing a happy dance.
Exactly what I just said, like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
More back into the show. I don't know.
So yeah, guys, just like it says here, when we struggle the most, that's also when we tend to be the hardest on ourselves. Yes, okay, you all, you know, not you all of us.
Oh my
We all
god,
fuck
I
up.
fucking fail on a daily basis.
we all
but
fuck up,
I'm
guys.
still like, you know what? Tomorrow's another day.
Yeah.
Rome wasn't built in one day, so why
Exactly.
should I get my life together in one day?
Like back when I was still working on the train, what I would say is if I got into shit for something that I did do, just own up to it, man. I mean, they're going to be pissed off with you now. Something else is going to happen. They're going to forget. Tonight you're going to have a drink or whatever the case may be. You know, it's over and done with. Just be like, yeah, okay, you know what? I fucked up. Take it and move on with your life. Yeah. It's not going to be there forever.
Something good to always remember. A problem is only a problem if it cannot be solved.
One thing my mom also taught me is that... Like, I'd be like, yes, Mom, I'm so stressed about this. And she goes, okay, can you do something about it right now? And I'm like, no, I actually can't. You know, I can't really do anything about it. She goes, then why the fuck are you stressing?
My grandmother always said, it was my grandfather. One of those two said,
one grand person.
If you stress, you die. If you don't stress, you die. So why stress? Because you're gonna die anyway. So
it's happening, bro. A funeral, all of it, it's gonna happen, man. So just chill, calm down. I feel like I'm speaking to myself here, but anyway. So the third point is stop comparing yourself. Comparison is a killer to self-love, and we aren't usually very nice when it comes to comparisons, right? Instead, we take our greatest flaws and compare them to someone else's great success. In short, you're doomed to fail. Like, bro, if you want to be an actor, like, if you're starting out and you cock up on your first audition or whatever, just calm down. You're not Bradley Cooper. You'll get there eventually. Just keep going, man. Like, it's going to be fine. It's okay. We all make mistakes. We all don't always, we don't always get it right the first time. Practice makes perfect. Again, trial and error. Just find what works for you and use your flow. Just be you, man, in short. So the fourth one, Take baby steps to create a life you long for. Desires are powerful, and so to take action, turn those dreams into reality, is to honor the care for yourself. By taking daily actions, you signal that you are worthy of living the life you desire. So, again, no point in going, you know what, for example, I really want to go to Europe. So, I'm just going to sit on my ass every single day, not do anything about it. And then a year from now, I'm going to bitch because I didn't go to Europe. It's like, okay, but what did you do to actually get there? Oh, no, I didn't do anything. Well, then, what's your problem? Why are you bitching? Shut up. In short. But anyway. So, the fifth one is ask your guidance system for help. Imagine that your emotions are guiding you. When you feel good about yourself, it means that your thinking is aligned with how your soul or higher self sees you. When you feel bad about yourself, it's a red flag telling you to change that a change of perspective is needed. Again, so that, I think, to me, that all boils down to a mindset. It's changing your mindset. It can be difficult, yes, but it's not impossible. Again, like they say here, it's like if you're in the gym, it's a daily practice. You just need to keep at it every single day, regardless of how tedious it may feel to you. But you know what? I mean, Corinne sitting here across me, she does it every day, tells herself what she likes about herself, and it shows, guys. If I'm being honest, I mean, her and I are very close, love her to death, and if I'm going through a shitty space, like, she'll probably tell me exactly what she said to all of y'all listening in. So she gives me the tough love that I need, and she tells me what I kind of subtly tell myself, but she's just like, dude, you fucked up, get over it, move on. But I know it comes from a place of, in a way, if I can say, a place of respect and a place of
no, place of care.
Yeah, but I mean, like, the reason why I'm saying respect is that you actually respect me enough to tell me straight up, listen, this happened, you can't change it, pick your head up and move on. Like, if I can put it like that.
Very nicely.
Yeah, I do. I really do.
I'm basically telling you, fucked up, get the fuck over it, let's go have a beer.
Yeah, in short. In abbreviations, So, the 6th point here is surround yourself with people you feel good with. Okay, Corinne.
Like, I would feel very good with Ruby Rose, but,
Again, chase your dreams, man. Like, create the life you desire. That was what, point number 4.
Or Jason Momoa. What? How do you say his surname?
Momoa.
I don't know. The guy that played Aquaman.
And Khal Drogo in what's it, Game of Thrones. So yeah, it's step 4, dude.
I will get arrested so fast.
Like, we're not trying to like stalk anyone here. I swear to God, like, this is.
Don't worry, we're in South Africa, and I'm afraid of heights, so there's no way I will get to you. So don't stress.
Boats, dude.
No, bro. No.
Okay, so number 6, surround yourself with people you feel good with. Oh, this is an important one. You may have heard Jim Rohn's famous quote before. You are the average of 5 people you spend the most time with. Think about who those people currently are. Do they inspire you, fill you up, and want what's best for you? That's important, man. That's like, sure, that's quite hectic. So number 7, be compassionate when shit hits the fan. So many of us, this is in brackets, I'm just saying, myself included, tend to beat ourselves down when we need our love the most. When we fail or screw up or someone rejects us, that's the time we often get even more down on ourselves. Beating someone who's lying down sounds unfair. Sounds fair. Nope. So, yeah, don't kick yourself when you're down, man. Just like you would do for other people. I mean, if your mate comes to you and they're like, listen, dude, I'm having a shitty day, you're going to try and find something positive to say to them. So why don't we do that for ourselves? Why do we, it's such negative self-talk, and it doesn't really help the situation.
darling, in this situation, you put your hair up in a bun, you put on some nice music you can rock out to, you grab a beer, you chill out for a few seconds,
And you do the time
and
walk.
you move on. And if you're a dude, I don't know, take off the shirt, shave the beard, keep the beard, I don't know, have a whiskey, have a beer, put on some rock, metal, country, whatever you listen to, and just chill, and then go on with your life.
Just take a break, man.
Take a breather.
Take a Kit Kat, have a break.
No, have a beer.
Have a beer.
A beer is healthier.
True. We should do a segment on beer. Sorry.
You can do that.
So, number 8, make room for healthy habits. Yep. Start truly caring for yourself by mirroring that in what you eat, how you exercise, and what you spend your time doing. Do stuff not to get it done or because you have to, but because you care about you. She's looking at
Bullshit, man.
Like
I mean,
this.
I drink beer, I don't eat healthy, but I love myself. So what? What am I the poster child of then?
That's what it says here. Start truly caring for yourself by mirroring that in what you eat, how you exercise, and what you spend your time doing. So whatever you spend your time doing.
Beer's a good time.
Oh, beer's like, we've actually got this thing. It's like it's actually fallen off the wall. But it says beer because no good story ever started with a salad. And you know what? I couldn't agree more. Like, truer words never spoken, man.
Like, people that eat salad are killing the food for the animals. If you care about the animals, don't eat their food.
I'm waiting for it to go like, yo, have a steak and a beer, guys. Like,
Yes.
So number 9, postpone your worry and negative thoughts. Are you ready for a really great trip? If so, then get excited. This sounds like a very Mark ad or some...
I know, right?
A very powerful technique I recently discovered is called Worry-Free Month. Named it myself, again in brackets. Think about how much of a worry... Oh my gosh. Think about how much of your worry that actually serves you. Sure, some of the worry has a purpose, as it tends to give us a little kick when we need to get our shit together and start acting. So we've got this thing in our house. I don't know if you guys heard that, but it just like sprayed. It's like an air freshener thing. So yeah, it wasn't something dodge. All right, and then lastly, accept what you cannot love. This might have been the greatest game changer for me because, let's face it, it's easy to love what you love about yourself and not so easy with the things you don't. So, instead of even naming to love those parts which will probably just make your mind go, are you kidding me? Focus on accepting them. Yeah, there's a difference, eh? There's a big difference in that.
No.
Of just going, I love that, but I can't accept it.
The thing is, some of us were born beautiful. Some of us were born smart. Some of us were born athletic. Some of us were born average.
And that's okay.
So what? So what? I can't be the next top Victoria model. Sweetie, I don't care.
Yeah.
I can be the poster child for drinking beer month. I don't care. That's an achievement for me. The thing is, we're all different, and we all have our special talents in different areas.
Yeah.
But to beat yourself down just because you can't look like the models on TV or because you can't run 15Ks for fun. I don't know who the hell's so fucking crazy to do that anyway. Like, don't you fucking care about yourself?
But again, if that makes you feel good, do it.
Yeah, or because you didn't get, the top academic prestige award in your school or your university or whatever. So what? You put in your best, and that's all that matters. And if your parents taught you any way other than that, then you know what? Quite frankly, this is the message for your parents. Fuck them. Because then they weren't parents. Because if you do the best that you can do and you don't please them, it's not your problem, sweetie. It's stuff that they need to sort out on their own. And I'm not just talking about parents, we're talking about everyone else around you.
Friends,
Family, boyfriends, girlfriends,
all of them.
husbands, wives, fiancés, all of them. If you do your best every day and someone is displeased with you in some way, fuck them.
they obviously have a problem with
Yeah.
themselves then.
Because then they don't deserve you and they don't deserve your time and they don't deserve your patience, your love, your care, whatever you give that person. They don't deserve it. Because if you get up every day and you do the best that you can do to your abilities, sweetie, that's good enough. In my books, that is A+.
Yeah.
Because that is what you are born to do on this earth. To do the best that you can do. And that's all I'm gonna say. Again.
I'll be here all week. I don't know. Yeah, so at the end of the day, guys, just to sum all of that up, just be you. People are gonna like you, people are not gonna like you, and you know, that's okay. Just
If people give you a hard time, mail me.
you know,
Got your back,
Yeah, you
man.
guys heard that she can be quite, you know, rough and tough and ruthless, but again, it's just coming out of a place of, you know, like a caring place, actually, is what I was meant to say. But yeah, just don't beat yourself up because in someone else's eyes, you are not, I don't know, fucking top notch. Like Karine said, we all excel in different areas, regardless. And yeah, my best might not be up to someone else's standard, but you know what, bro? I've done my best, and that's okay. So yeah, guys, I see we already over like 50 minutes, so I think that's about all from us. And yeah, I just want to say thank you to the person who has requested for us to do this. It's a bit of a hectic one, but you know, there it is. And to all our you know, our slow growing followers on Facebook and so on. Yeah, guys, like, subscribe, share. Let us know what you want us to talk about. Yeah, we actually have a lot of fun doing these, I reckon.
We will put in our email address once again in the link below because clearly y'all are missing it. I mean, come on. I am patiently waiting for someone to send me a mail.
And not a Reddit email, just like a
mail saying,
please
listen,
do this.
guys, you're doing great, or you suck ass, but can you do this? You know, I don't care. I don't care. You should say hi, or you can say goodbye. You know, I don't care. We're cool. I'm chilled.
Actually, she's very chilled.
I will not follow you up and stalk you. I promise. It's not me. I don't have time. Okay, in between having our mascot as a child and my work, I do not have the time.
Okay, so if you guys hear something dodge, that's the puppy. She's just drinking water. But anyway, not the point. So yeah, I think that's all from us tonight. And yeah, let us know what you guys think. Get in touch with us. Like, we really do look forward to hearing from you. I don't know if Karine's got anything else to say.
No, I'm done for tonight.
All right, so in that case,
Wait. Please do tune in for tomorrow night because I've got a lovely surprise for y'all.
Oh shit, here we go. All right, guys, and on that surprising note, okay, bye.
Bye.